What do you want to be when you grow up? This is the typical question in family events for children. These questions assume that the future you will be a teacher, a farmer, a bus driver, an astronaut for the rest of your life, as it has always been in history, until now. During the last years, prestigious organizations as the World Economic Forum have been telling us that this was going to change. In 2018, the World Economic Forum published a report saying by 2022, 75 million jobs will be displaced, but 133 million will emerge. And now is the COVID time. It's the global pandemic has changed our life, forcing us to new virtual ways of living, working, learning. And indeed, like this summer, like Microsoft told us, like actually, like this COVID is going to accelerate the digitalization to the point that by 2025, 149 million jobs will emerge in digital areas. So we always hear like every crisis is an opportunity about how are you going to make the best out of the opportunity? This is a very difficult transition if you are not digital proficient. So I've been in the last over 15 years in IT and in the tech industry. I've been also like coaching and mentoring people to get better digital skills and go into digital careers. So with all this in mind, in May, I created like a workbook which I put in my website, and many people were downloading about how to boost your digital skills. And with that, I've been like interviewing like industry experts and created a blueprint which will let you reinvent yourself in the digital world and find new opportunities and thrive in this future of work. And this is what I'm going to talk today about your digital reinvention. What is digital reinvention? So digital reinvention is not something that you can today decide, I'm going to reinvent myself, and tomorrow you have like, you are a new person. This doesn't go like this. For me, reinvention is like a journey. A journey, like from the moment that you start like looking into travel catalogs, like what are the new trendy destinations? Oh, I see Cambodia is a new trendy destination, Antarctica is a new trendy destination. When you start getting that inspiration, until the moment that you are already in your end destination and you are like taking pictures and sharing with family and friends, look, I wish you were there. So for any journey, what do you need? So usually you need like a journey map. You also need a journey journal to write what you are doing. And also I always advise to have some journey buddies because it helps in this journey. So this is what I've been like creating like a digital journey to get from getting the inspiration to be a recognized expert in a new digital field. And what I'm going to talk today is about this map. I have divided this map in 5 sprints. A sprint is a time box where you are going to be doing like some exercises to get into one specific area. And I'm going to go now through the 5 sprints and give you some advice and some tips that I got like from my experience and from the experience of many people that I interviewed for this book, and help you to get into that journey together. Okay, so let's start. So let's go for the sprint number 1. The sprint number 1 is inspiration. To go into this journey, first you have to get inspired. As I said, like in the travel catalogs, when you are looking for all potential destinations, I like to, I didn't know there was these trips in this place. So for inspiration, you first need to absorb like new information. What is happening there? I will share today one of the exercises of the book. So take your background, your area of interest. Remember, this is the time you can switch careers. And then go to a browser, go to Google and search. Imagine that you want to be, your background is marketing. You want to reinvent yourself in the marketing world. Then put like marketing, big data, marketing, digital transformation, marketing, future of work, marketing trends 2025. Start searching and searching and reading and reading. And during the sprint of 2 weeks, read more information, check trends, watch TED Talks, and write down everything that resonates with you. When you believe you have got new ideas and you know what your area of interest is moving in the next years, then you are ready to go to the next sprint. So we go to the second sprint. The second sprint is about finding your direction, because now you know a lot of things that can happen in the future of marketing or HR or finance. But what is your direction? This is like when you have a trip and then you see like many destinations and maybe you think like, okay, where is the best destination for me? So for example, if you are like very adventurous person, you may not want to be in a hotel in the beach like 2 weeks. But on the other hand, if maybe you have like small children and or you just want to chill out, you don't want to hear about going trekking to the Himalaya, right? So what is the best direction for you? One exercise to do during these 2 weeks is to find out your strengths and weaknesses. And there are ways to do that. There are like online tests, and there are also some exercises like writing an email to your friends and family and hear what they say about you. With your strengths and with the opportunities and everything that you saw in the first sprint, you may be able to see like what is your direction going to be. You have to do some prioritization of skills and build your own development plan. So you've gone inspiration, now you know direction where you want to go, and now is the third sprint. The third sprint is about learning. Learning is very important. It's like what in your trip you bring a backpack with which tools you need for your job. But there is a lot of learning online. So which exercise can you do for your learning sprint? One is to reflect on the way to learn. So for example, I am a person that always needs like visual content, videos. But other people, they just prefer to hear. So for them, they will work to learn through podcasts while they are like jogging or commuting or walking. But for me, that wouldn't work. But for me, it will work like somewhere where I can see some videos and some text, and I can see what is happening, then is where I get the information. There are a lot of platforms which offer very much quality trainings, and I will advise that you find out which certifications you want for your job. So for example, one trick could be like you check out like LinkedIn and Sync profiles of the people who have similar job to your dream job and find out what they've been doing. So get like 2 weeks to make your learning plan and start doing some of the courses, because now in the digital world it's easier than ever to have like virtual courses. So that's the third sprint. Some years ago I would have thought, okay, when you learn something and you learn it good, then you are just now an expert. But now I learned that actually this is only like half of the journey. Now that you are learning, you have to go to the fourth sprint, which is like networking. Surround yourself by people with similar interests. This is like in a trip, when you are like planning your trip and you go to these traveler forums and get some information of like how to go to this village, where is the best restaurant in town. This kind of stuff is very important, and for that is very important the networking events. There are like many networking events and many organizations creating great networking events. And nowadays that are even virtual, you can access to very good quality of knowledge around the world. In this networking experience, I have organized like some exercises, for example, like about joining networking events, about like of course creating your profile, your digital profile to attract people that are like-minded. And also like ultimately, if you don't find the event that you need, you can always create it, because nowadays with the digital tools it's very easy to organize events, create a meetup, an Eventbrite, create a conference and network with people. So do conscious networking, not just like you meet by coincidence somebody. Go to events that are interesting and of your area of interest. So we have been inspired, we have got our direction. We have learned about something, so we have new knowledge. And now we are networking and connecting with people. So what is the last sprint? The last sprint is for me very important, because it's about sharing. Sharing is good for the people around you. It's good for your company, for your colleagues, for your career. It's good for the whole society. If we all share what we know, the world will be like a better place. And ultimately, it's very good for yourself, because when you are sharing, you are preparing a content, you are getting challenged, you are getting different points of view, and ultimately, you are like becoming a better version. This is something like when you are in a trip and you said, oh, I made it to Nepal, and you share a picture and you send to the rest of the people. So should not be a vanity exercise. It's not like, look how cool I am in Nepal. No. This is about help the people to go through the same journey as you've done, to share tips, to inspire people to go and do the same journey. And you always ultimately will get a lot also from there. So I believe the world will be a better place if we all use our talents. The digital world is offering us new opportunities. And also, we are all fit for this journey because more than ever, we need diverse talent. We need people who think differently to solve the complex challenge of the digital world. So I welcome you to go through this journey and find your place to thrive in your future of work. So in my website, nayaorduna.com, you can download for free the Journey Journal with the exercises, and you can go through them and find your opportunity. So I started asking, what do you want to be when you grow up? When somebody asked this to my daughter, 4-year-old, she said, I want to be a unicorn. And I was like, okay, here I am, woman in IT, telling her like tech, as my daughter wants to be a unicorn. But then I thought, why would I correct her? Like, who knows what she's going to be in the future? What is important is she knows how to reinvent herself constantly. Thank you very much.